All right, we're back. First game in the books. UVA versus Ryder. Here, let me pull up the final score. 87-53. We're pretty close with our prediction, right? Like,
That was what I said.
yeah, that was amazing.
That was spot on. Is that the first ever actual score predicted
No,
on the
I think
show?
Fresh has gone 30 for 30 on predictions. He hasn't missed the score, but yeah, anyone else, you're the first. That's pretty awesome. I think I said 80-50, so
Yeah.
we were in the realm of well, but the first half was a little shaky, but we kind of put it together. What were your thoughts overall on the game?
Yeah, I mean the first half was pretty rough, mostly because we couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, if we're being honest. Like, I mean, I think we what did we start the game 2 for 19 from three?
Yeah, it was
I think we
bad.
missed 7 free throws in the first half.
Yeah,
Like just a rough start, and it's a game where if we would have even shot like say 30%, I mean, we just scored what 110. Like, I mean,
crazy.
it's crazy to see how bad they shot and that they were still at 42 points, going into halftime. And then, man, I tell you what, I don't think he was there tonight because I feel like they would have showed him on the broadcast. But Tony Bennett had to be happy with how long that they sat on 35 points, right? Like that felt like an eternity that they just got stuck.
And we got a shot clock violation in there.
They did, yes, they did.
That was great. So in terms of stats, here I'll read them off. Our guy Steritter, 21 points, 10 rebounds on 10 of 14 shooting in 24 minutes. Very impressive. 4 fouls. Grunlow, 12 points, 7 rebounds, four for 7. Uh, Dylan Hall, 5 points, 4 rebounds, but 5 assists on 2 for 6. He was 1 for 5 from three. Not his best night. Lewis, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 3 for 4. Excuse me. Malik had 7 points, 3 rebounds. He was 1 for 10 tonight, 1 for 6. So you know, who else do we have? You
Hey, how
go
about
5 points, 5 rebounds on 2 or 5. Um, who else got decent minutes? I have Chance, 11
Chance?
points, 4 rebounds, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 or 3 from three. I thought he was awesome. He was a spark plug. Even in the first half when we didn't look great, he looked like a water bug out there doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
I love what he brought in the game. And then Odom's kid, 2 points, 1 for 1, right out of the gate. Got his son in the game for a bucket. So Jakari White, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 of 8, 2 for 7 from three though. But you kind of saw his athleticism. You saw a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
everything from him. He looked like a good one. What are your thoughts for hearing those stats? What anything jump out at you?
Yeah, I mean, Ritter kind of got whatever he wanted whenever he wanted. I mean, he had a good post game. His shot looked okay, I thought. I mean, we didn't make a whole lot of shots tonight, but that's okay. They'll start falling. He brought the ball up the court a few times too, and he looked comfortable doing it. Like I just thought it was a pretty complete game, seeing from him how comfortable he looked out there. I'm with you there, man. Chance Mallory was so fun to watch. Like he's going to be so exciting all year long, just because he gets after it every single time up and down the court. Like he is all over the place, and it was fun to watch. And of course, being the local guy, it's even better, right? Like it was so much fun.
Yeah, I love the sort of hustle that he brings, and he's just like all over the court, and you can see like the energy. You talk about like the microwave, him coming in and just ready to go. It was fun to watch it, and I'm trying not to be biased here. Obviously, I'm a big fan of him, so I want to see him well. But he legit. Look, it was exciting when he was in the game. I'm glad you
Mhm.
agree with me.
Yeah, no, he was very exciting. I mean, it was fun to watch, and there was a stretch there for a couple minutes where our three guards were Chance, Elijah, and Jakari White, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna wreak havoc on some poor team at some point. Like it was towards the end, we were up by like 40, so they weren't really, I don't think, pushing as hard as they could have been necessarily. But man, that's a lineup that if it gets minutes, it's gonna make some teams shake a little bit.
Jim said free throws a problem, 3 point shooting also bad, but great rebounding, defense maybe, but needs to get better. Yeah, I mean, it is really early. Jen second half was super fun. Love watching TDR do his thing. Yeah, I mean TDR. he was a man amongst boys, so to speak. You saw him with that one spin move from the free throw line, and then he followed it up with a nice post move. Like he
Hmm.
is really good. He's gonna be
Yeah,
awesome.
he's good. It's gonna be fun watching him just think like the matchup with the Boozer kid later this year. That'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, I think obviously he's just super early. We'll see what happens, but I like what I saw. Like he seemed like a guy who's gonna run with the big boys. His game seems like it's gonna translate well,
Yeah.
regardless. I couldn't, the thing with Jakari White, that little like two I don't know if you want to call it a hitch, but he's kind of got like a instead of one fluid motion, he's kind of got a two motion jump shot.
Hmm.
That just makes me think consistency is going to be hard when you have a high he jumps high and he has that too. Like it seems like a lot of mechanics happening
Yeah.
when he's shooting. So I'm curious how that's going to hold up. But you know what? He seems like the type of guy who's going to get hot, and we're going to like him.
Yeah, he kind of has like a coil to his shot, like he kind of like bunches and I don't know. It's kind of like in air. It's kind of like it's a
Yeah,
double motion, like you were saying. Yeah, it's
it
kind of
is.
weird.
It's like a
But I
two
mean, he hit
motion
40%
shot.
on it last year on decent volume. So I mean, if it works for you, don't mix it up too much, I guess.
Yeah, I think the question is how does that translate when the defense is tight? Get like when the ACC and athleticism up, and you got to get that. It looks like he doesn't have a problem getting it off
Right.
quickly. So I don't admit, if it works, it's honestly rare to see someone with a unique shooting form at this point. And we always talk about it. Everyone kind of shoots the same way now with that sort of Clay Thompson esque shot. Like
Hmm.
you just are taught a certain way and everybody comes up. So it's kind of interesting to see him have a different form. It's not like Sean Marion crazy, but it definitely has a little like process to it. And he gets really high in the air when he shoots. So will be fun to watch. Donnie, DeRitter's riding to NBA 26, Mallory, our hometown stud. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Ritter looks awesome.
He did. He looked good.
I mean, I want to call him Ryder for some reason, but I know it's Ritter. The names, I'm still honestly just getting used to. They're tough. Other than Chance, the rest of kind of and Elijah. Elijah had the first bucket he got to go down. That was nice. But
Mhm.
this is early, and the actual team. I don't know how much resistance they really put up, but it's probably nice to get out there and play in front of the crowd. Crowd looked, I don't know, decent.
Yeah, it didn't look like a bad crowd. I mean, for a opening night, not. I didn't think it was bad. I mean, I've seen a lot worse, to be completely honest. Like,
Yeah, yeah. You're opening up a brand new team and roster and coaching staff, and you just don't know how people are going to respond. So
hmm
and you go up against Ryder as your first opponent, it's not exactly uh, you're lighting the world on fire with Ryder.
Yeah, which
But
I think with them, I mean, I don't know if you know much on this. Would be a good "Who's got next" question. I think was that Zion Cruz? Wasn't he a 5-star at one point?
yeah, I don't know. That is a who's got next question.
Let me see if I can pull it. I want to say he transferred down. I think he was a pretty high up there for a while.
I mean,
Yeah,
Chance.
yeah, he was the 5-star from DePaul. That's what it was.
Wow. So all right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's hard to get a good read on what was going on with that Ryder team. Like, how good are they going to be? Was it it's not? I don't know
yeah.
if bottom half. I mean, you have no idea. It's the first game. Could they surprise you at the end of the year? I have no idea, but they look, you know, it's just so many question marks. But we look good. I liked what DeRitter did for us, and then we'll see. What are your thoughts on Hugo?
Yeah, so that's one thing I was going to ask. So you said the names are a whole thing, and I kind of agree with that because I was listening to that broadcast. I was like, have I been saying it wrong? Is it Anienso? Is
Yeah,
that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was Onienso. Whatever. I mean, I thought he looked good. He very clearly was the most physically imposing player on the court. I mean, he had one that I thought he was about to block that thing from one end of the
Yes.
court into the fifth row on the other end. Man, like he beach volleyball slammed that thing at one point. Like he's something. I mean, I think he took one shot and he missed it. I didn't really get to see a lot of his shooting, but I read that in the pregame he looked good. So hopefully he gets an opportunity to show some shots later this week.
Yeah, he looked. He's I don't know, body and movement wise. Asan Sen. I don't know if people remember that name.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. Yeah.
Um, Probably an even longer, taller version of him. Not quite as quick, but man, he kind of reminded me of him in terms of like the way he was moving around the court,
Mhm.
which is a compliment. Hassan was great for us. Um, what about? Let's do some comparisons. Who do you compare for? Who's the comp for our boy Testa Ritter?
Oh, a comp for him? I don't know. Oh.
Doesn't have
Um,
to be UVA, but just like overall.
oh man,
Who does his game remind you of? Is it anybody?
I don't really know off the top. I had to think about that one for a minute. What were you think? Was there one you were thinking?
I mean, I was kind of thinking Ethan Happ, Wisconsin, but
Okay. Yeah, I
may,
can see that kind of. Yeah.
maybe
Okay.
Ethan could shoot a little better. It was a more like he looks a little tougher than him, but like in terms of abilities, that's kind of Chris said a
Less
less
quick
quick
Gill. Yeah,
Gill.
that was kind of where my brain went at first with some of the post moves, but I think he's got a little bit more of like a handle on an outside game. I mean, maybe like a Gill now comparison might be a little better.
And then how about Jakari White? What's your comp for him?
Man, that dude is quick. Goodness, he kind of in a way. I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but like he kind of reminds me of what Darius Thompson filled in for
Yeah,
more
that's a
recent
good one.
Virginia fans, like Tony Bennett era fans. I think he's probably maybe a little more athletic and honestly maybe just a little bit better of a player, maybe. But, that's kind of what he reminded me of with, like, the tenacity coming in, not afraid to go up for the dunk or to shoot the 3.
Yeah, he's
Quick too.
I couldn't put my finger on him. Um, all right, who else we got? Hall. Who's your comparison? Who's your comp for Hall?
Oh, man, I mean, honestly, maybe, like, before he became a good three-point shooter, Devin Hall his senior year?
You're just staying with the Hall name. All right.
Sticking to the Hall name on that
I
one,
don't know
yeah.
about that one. So fun to see two guys who can play with their back to the basket. Yeah, we haven't had that in a while.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, active post-ups and looking to do something with it, like, yeah, it was good to see.
I mean, it looks like down when we really need a bucket, we can just dump it down to DeRitter and get 2 points or have a good chance at 2 points, which I think is going to be huge for us down
Yeah.
the stretch, right? When the defense is tight and game is tight and you got to get 2 easy points, it's great to have somebody you could just dump it down to get it for you. So that'll be a nice weapon for us. It's been a while since we've had that, honestly. Mamadi was probably the last one that really dump it down there and get an easy 2 buckets.
Yeah, Jay, when he had the height advantage in most games, could do things like that. Which that's another thing too. I mean, we got to keep in mind that this was just Ryder we were playing. Like, we'll see
Right.
what that looks like against some Power
Absolutely.
Four teams and stuff like that.
Christopher Martin, fun backup lineup with Mallory, Gertrude. What? Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah,
When they're out
yeah,
there flying around, it is fun. Like those guys are, just get out of the way. Just let them run. We'll see. We'll probably see a lot of highlights when those three are on the court. The shooting. What do you think? Was that just jitters? 2 for 19 to start the game. That's
I don't know because if we're being completely honest, they didn't shoot the ball well against Villanova either.
right.
And I understand that that's just a scrimmage. It's not a real game, and I get there could be jitters about the first real game and having the full crowd and all this and that. But it's something to watch going forward because they also didn't shoot very well on the free throws. Like that's
Yeah.
a lot of times you look at it and you're like, oh well, we knocked down 80 couple percent from the free throw line. Like we're still a good shooting team. It's okay. I don't know. Kind of, it's something to watch going forward. I mean, that's for sure. I just think they'll be streaky is my biggest thing.
Yeah, it sounds like that is going to be the case. Like, who's going to be the volume shooter on this team? I mean, Jakari White could definitely get him up. We'll
Yeah.
see.
I do think the one thing that I probably came away from this game the most concerned with was what I thought was going to be like the positive, the absolute for the season. So I feel like that's a good thing. Was how honestly badly that Malik Thomas played.
Yeah, he was 1 for 10.
Yeah, he had a rough game. It felt like he was trying to force a lot. Like he ended up, trying to reverse under the basket a lot and stuff. It just felt like he was really trying to press, I guess. Like he could feel things weren't going right. But I mean, he didn't have to either. Like we won by 40. It's okay.
Yeah, in the scrimmage, what I thought I liked about his game was like straight line to the basket. Like he
Hmm.
was really aggressive and getting straight to the rim. Didn't do that as much tonight. Maybe the opportunity wasn't quite there, but yeah, I like what he brings to the table. He seems it's funny. He came in with like, hey, he's the most seasoned guy. He's probably the one you can count on, and he went 1 for 10, and we still won, obviously, but interesting that that played out that way. I don't think we're going to see that consistently.
Yeah, and really, you can't take these blowouts like this for granted either. Like early, especially in college basketball, a lot of weird results can happen.
Yep.
For example, Wisconsin, they're starting to pull away now, but they've been in a dogfight with Campbell. Bethune Cookman was just leading Auburn until a three like 20 seconds ago. So I mean, there's some games out there that like kind of make you shake your head. So you can't take these ones for granted when you get these.
Chris said I miss Isaac in the first half. Yeah,
Just because we
absolutely.
couldn't shoot and he could, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, shooting will improve as they get used to playing in JPJ. That could be true too. It is. I mean, it is a lot of jitters going on. New team, new coach, new arena, new everything. So it makes sense. We don't have anyone reliable. Um, Good that we're longer and quicker than recent years.
Yeah, pretty
Definitely,
pretty long
definitely
team. Yeah.
post in the post. I feel like this is one of the better post players we've had. The combinations, like between the three bigs that we have, they're all very, very good. So it'll be interesting to see how we utilize that today. When you could argue that the post game is dead, but not in college. Like you look at great teams in college tend to have a big man you can dump the ball down to.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
see
true.
who. Any other thoughts, suggestions going
Yeah,
away?
I kind of like the press that we put on. I'm kind of curious. You think we'll see that lead into any traps or anything as the year goes on? Like
What was that?
off of the press, like where we're kind of
Yeah.
pressing just about every possession. Do you think they'll ever trap off of that?
I mean, I think they will. I mean, they're the you know hammer up Odom style is really you know, full court pressing and trapping when they can. So we'll see how that plays out. I mean, they want to guard 90 feet. I think we'll see. Like Chance looks like he could do it. That's for sure.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
looks like he's always trying to sneak in and get a steal, and try to get his hand in the mix on some of those outlet passes and things like that. It's pretty cool. Chris said I was a little late starting the game tonight. Was something wrong with Devin Tillis?
Yeah, he's on crutches. I guess there'll be more info to that to come at some point. I can't imagine that nobody's going to ask about that in the post game presser. So
Yeah.
if you have
Oh,
that available, it might be worth checking out later.
you saw on Twitter what Mikey Surf said he had some kind of small procedure.
Yeah,
We'll
they said something
confirm.
about something with his knee and that he'd be back later in the year. I mean, I don't want to, speculate on that without any detail or anything. Like, I'm kind of waiting to see what they say about it.
Yeah, take a look at
It was
Twitter. I think
interesting because I haven't seen that anywhere else
yeah,
until then. So
yeah. Somebody on Twitter, I think it was Mikey Surf.
it was
You
Mike.
know,
Yeah,
check it out. That said there was a procedure done, but he'll be back. So, prayers for him and his recovery. Hopefully, it's nothing serious, but that's not never good when you got to have a procedure right before the season. I think the traps will come against better teams. I was
yeah,
It was totally set up allowing an inbound to the corner. Yeah, I agree. This is the kind of
yeah,
again competition wise, first game, get it out of the way. But you could see the style, the frenetic style that we were trying to play, but also like hard nosed defense. It was a good blend. It's kind of what he talked about in a few of his interviews, Coach Odom at least, right? Like taking the opportunity to go fast, but also play hard nosed defense.
yeah. And apparently, was that Jen saying the pre? I guess Odom was headed a pregame presser. I guess is that what's going on there? Did he do
They
like a
said in the
radio spot?
pregame with Odom that he had a total clean out of his knee. Yikes.
Hmm. Is that something similar? Didn't Dre have something like that? Like in the NBA like a year or 2 ago?
Yeah, his for his rookie year, I think he had
Is that
that.
what it was?
You would drain your knee.
Mhm.
If there's some buildup in there, maybe there's some. Yeah, that's can't be fun to have. But fingers crossed he'll be back. I I thought of his game when we were talking comps earlier. Kyle Anderson is who I thought his game. That kind of like slow, methodical style. That's who he reminded me of. But um, I'll be interested. We'll have Fresh and Mark on. Maybe we can talk comps with them and get their opinion. They were all first 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 game of the year crept up on us all too fast. So we will be sure to loop everyone in. We'll probably go live again Wednesday, and try to do the pregame. I don't know if you're free, Josh, but we'll
Yeah.
figure it out. Otherwise, appreciate you jumping on.
Yeah, anytime.
This was pretty tough on the post. Oh, uh, it's so weird to see Tess spelled like that.
Yeah, with the J.
Um,
Yeah.
are we are we surprised by the volume of threes?
I'm
Not
not at all,
not at
no.
all. I think talking about analytics, it's threes or layups, right? Like that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna shoot threes, and we're gonna try to shoot them above a 33% clip, and then try to get layups over, a- as much as we can. I think it's like the NBA now, right? You just try to get threes, take good threes, and then get layups.
Yeah,
So
I
I
don't
think,
think there weren't a whole lot of mid-range shots either, I don't think. I mean, I remember Tess hitting a couple. I think Elijah took one at one point towards the end. There wasn't a lot of them. I mean, it was mostly either in the post or going to the basket or outside from the three-point range. Like we did a pretty good job of keeping that the way they wanted.
yeah, look, I don't. The Ryder was not exactly a force down low, but we were trying to get down there and drive into the lane as much as we can, and finish when we can. I think Elijah finished in the lane, and Chance tried to as well. And like you said, Malik struggled a little bit getting in there, but I think there'll be some adjustments. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like pass around and try to get a three or drive to the basket. Um, we'll see what he does with like the pick and rolls and things like that with Test or Ritter. That should be fun. What else do we have? Any
Sorry, I
this
was reading that. Yeah,
Jen? This
Jen's
is
thing
what
there. I was reading that.
was said by William Boley in the Hoops group. CRO said in the pregame radio that Tillis had a clean out knee procedure to give him the best chance to play later this season. Yikes.
Yeah, I wonder what that's about. I mean, because he played in both scrimmages and seemed okay. I mean, unless I'm misremembering something. Like, did something just pop up, or they just noticed something? I guess.
Yeah, because he played in the scrimmages.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, thanks, Jen,
Yeah,
for
thanks for that, Jen. That was good info.
great info. So we'll see. Well, maybe we'll get some more info on that. More to come. Otherwise, appreciate you jumping on. We'll appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll try to get the regular crew going once. I don't want to disrespect Ryder and say once real competition comes down, but I think that a lot looked at that exhibition schedule and thought this was one of them. Uh, but it's all good. All right, Josh. Appreciate your time. Appreciate
Yeah,
everybody
man, no
tuning in.
problem.
Make sure you tune in on Wednesday. We'll get Evan Fresh and the crew. I don't know. I wonder how the ratings were for this game in general. You think people are tuned in? Like you said, football's still going. We're riding high on football. I wonder. I don't know.
Yeah, I think this was. I mean, if you're looking for actual like numbers ratings, I feel like this was a tougher one because it wasn't actually on TV, and then
Yeah.
beyond that, the whole YouTube TV thing that's getting a lot of people right now. Like, I don't think it was. I mean, I feel like the crowd was good and comparable to what you would expect, but I don't know that like if you put numbers up to show like a full broadcast thing, it'd be where you'd want it to be. But that's okay. I don't. I think there was too many outside things happening beyond just this game itself.
Yeah. Well, appreciate it. Check out all of the incredible stuff Who's Got Next is going into forums. And we'll be live soon. We'll talk soon.
We will. That's it. Go Who's.
Go Who's.